What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So many people, when undefeated, unified, WBA, WBC, IBF, welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, who is widely considered by many to be top two, if not number one, definitely top five, pound for pound best fighters in the world, and Errol the Truth Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. has 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. Errol Spence, he called me out, right? He said, "Hey, I got a question to ask you. Why you switched up your energy on me, right?" And it went viral. Errol Spence, he sees everything, right? And hears everything. Ahead of his highly anticipated, the biggest fight in his career, the biggest fight in the sport of boxing, in my opinion, in 40 years, July 29th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, against undefeated three-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the reigning WBO, World Boxing Organization welterweight world champion, superstar boxer who is widely considered by many to be the number one best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, in Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Crawford is 39 wins, no losses, no draw, 30 big wins by way of knockout. He is 35 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. Well, Mike Tyson, he gave legendary, retired, iconic Hall of Fame superstar, former undisputed heavyweight world champion, Iron Mike Tyson, he gave his thoughts on this fight. Says he's going to be ringside, whole family. Can't wait to see it. And Mike Tyson, he stated that he feels like Terence Crawford is going to be the victor, simply because Terence Crawford beat a mutual opponent better than Errol Spence beat said mutual opponent. That mutual opponent is two-time welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, now retired future Hall of Famer, in Showtime Shawn Porter. They fought November of 2021. Terence Crawford got a 10th round stoppage victory, dropped Shawn Porter twice in the 10th round, and got the victory. Errol Spence, he fought Shawn Porter September of 2019, and he won a split decision over Shawn Porter, to which he dropped Shawn Porter in the 11th round, and many people thought that that was the difference in a hard-fought fight. Now, that was a unification bout. Shawn Porter had the WBC title. Errol Spence had the IBF title. It was a unification bout. Obviously, it was 2 years earlier than Terence Crawford fought Shawn Porter, and Terence Crawford fought Shawn Porter, and Shawn Porter didn't have a belt. Shawn Porter, he went on record to say that, he had more to lose against Errol Spence. He had more to give, but he was a better fighter against Terence Crawford, and at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter about that. It matters what they do against each other. But Mike Tyson, he felt like, because of what he saw, he felt that Terence Crawford destroyed Shawn Porter. And nobody has ever done that. If you know Shawn Porter's career, he has the best resume of all the fighters in his generation. Win, lose, or draw. He's fought everybody. And he's never been blown out in any fight and never been knocked out until he met Terence Crawford. And he was dropped twice. And his father trainer manager, Kenny Porter, waved the white towel and called it a day. Right? In the 10th round. Shawn Porter wasn't knocked out. He wasn't badly hurt. He wasn't wobbling all over the place, and he was very conscious. But many people thought that if the fight continued, he was going to get brutally knocked out, including Kenny Porter, who stated that Shawn Porter just simply didn't prepare. Now, Mike Tyson feels like Kenny Porter embarrassed Shawn Porter and shouldn't have done that. And then on top of that, it felt like it was bad sportsmanship, and he was making up excuses. And he thought that Terence Crawford was on the verge of knocking him out. So he based his victory. He felt like Terence Crawford was going to beat Errol Spence because of the way Terence Crawford handled Shawn Porter compared to the way Errol Spence handled Shawn Porter. To that, Errol Spence heard that. And Errol Spence, he had this to say once he heard that. And this is what Errol Spence had to say regarding what he thought of Mike Tyson's opinion, basing it off of the fight with Shawn Porter. Now, Errol Spence is on record saying that he felt Shawn Porter wasn't the same guy. He was a shell of himself. So let's listen to what Errol Spence and Mike Tyson had to say as Errol Spence was featured on Hot Box with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I gotta ask you something though. So you said you think Terrence Crawford gonna beat me because how he beat Shawn Porter. But Shawn Porter was a shell of himself when he fought Terrence Crawford. Because Shawn Porter had a fight right before Terrence Crawford. I forget the dude's name. It was like a white guy. You can look it up. But it was trash. It went 12 rounds. It was super bad. And then he fought Terrence Crawford right after that. And then he retired. But even his daddy said that he didn't train like he was supposed to.
But his daddy made that excuse. How could his daddy should have let him fight, though? Come on, man.
They trying to get the money, man.
But listen, he should have said, hey, my father is a great fighter. He can't say my son did this. I don't think he should fight. That hurt the fighter credibility. I'm just being honest with you as far as saying that and doing that. Would you ever do that to your son? Go up and say, hey, no, he didn't train.
So it has to be like an excuse.
Yeah. That's not even an excuse. That's just that's just bad sportsmanship. That's just bad attitude. You shouldn't say the better man won tonight. You know.
Yeah.
But we will never
But that's
know.
just my opinion only. Yeah.
So you heard Mike Tyson said, he sells to Errol Spence, well, that's just my opinion. Don't be mad at me. We need controversy to sell a fight, right? That's what it's about. And then he asks Errol Spence for his prediction on the fight. And Errol Spence, then Mike Tyson cuts him off and says, it's going to be a knockout. And Errol Spence, he responds by saying, yeah, it's going to be a knockout. If you know anything about Terrence Crawford, you know everything about myself. We come in the fight, and I don't see, basically, he don't see it ending no other way than a knockout. Listen.
I don't know. I don't want somebody betting. I don't want somebody betting on the rounds.
Your thing is going to be a knockout.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be. It's going. I say both our mentalities is definitely going to be a knockout.
So you see, Errol Spence said, with both our mentalities, it's definitely going to be a knockout. This fight is not going the distance. You could watch the interview in its totality on Hot Box with Mike Tyson. But he said it's definitely not going to go the distance, and that, he stated that it's definitely going to be a knockout. And to that, I say that, I personally think that this fight is can't miss. I think that both guys, and when I say can't miss, I mean as far as entertainment. I don't think it'll let us down. When we had the fight with Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, that was the biggest fight in boxing history. It did 4.6 million pay-per-view buys. Did $500 million revenue gain. That was back in May of 2015. It was the biggest, most anticipated fight in history. But the fight itself didn't live up to the billing because of the style matchup. Floyd Mayweather was a defensive first, counter puncher, slick boxer. Manny Pacquiao was an aggressive, and that's why everybody thought it was made to be, exciting fight. The rubber was going to meet the road. But Floyd Mayweather, if you know anything about him, he's a genius on defense, and he completely eliminated anything Manny Pacquiao did great offensively. And it was the performance on the part of Floyd Mayweather was exciting because you watched him disarm Manny Pacquiao. But as far as the fans goes, the casual fans, it wasn't exciting, right? There wasn't a lot of action. There wasn't a lot of suspense in the fight because of the styles. But when you have Terrence Crawford, who's only went the distance 3 times since becoming a world champion in 2014. That's almost 10 years. He's went the distance 3 times, and that was that particular fight, which is his first title opportunity against Ricky Burns. And then he went the distance with Beltran, and then he went the distance with Victor Postal in the unification bout, but he dropped Victor Postal twice. So 3 times since becoming a world champion, Terrence Crawford has went the distance. Errol Spence, he has broken 5 opponents' eyes, whether it be the orbital bone, eye sockets, or just bone damage, right? Lamont Peterson, Yordenis Ugas, Kell Brook, Yordenis Ugas, Kell Brook, Lamont Peterson, Danny Garcia, and Errol Spence is just simply a very strong Chris Algieri, right? That's the fifth guy, Chris Algieri, right? He has an extremely high work rate. He's a natural southpaw. He's big, he's strong, he's physical, and he's durable. And he, like he says, he's coming a big step. So I don't think that there's a chance that we miss excitement in this fight or lack suspense. But there's a strong possibility that Terence Crawford chooses to be a pure boxer in this fight. And Terence Crawford has the ability to do so, like he did with Jose Benavidez Jr., like he did with Victor Postol, like he did with Brettis Prescott. He has the ability to just be a boxer if he don't want to engage. But his heart is the size of Omaha. Errol Spence's heart is the size of Texas. And the chip on their shoulder and their pride and the dog, the inner dog within inside of the both fighters just lets us know as an indication that it won't be that. But who knows what Terence Crawford's game plan is, because at the end of the day, securing the win is most important. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. So Errol Spence, he presses Mike Tyson about what he thought the fight was going to play out because of Shawn Porter fight. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.